Hey, welcome into episode 58 of the Bama Geeks podcast. We hope you are doing oh so well.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Brock Parker. That's my wife, Jessica.
That's me.
These guys, that is Kevin. And that is Bo, if you can see where I'm pointing. There we go.
For our audio
listeners.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pointing.
I'm not sure if we do stereo. Am I coming out of the left or the right speaker? We're not sure.
Yeah. Whichever ear you don't stick a Q-tip in.
Hey.
I don't know. It's one of those nights.
So we just came out of our Patreon episode where we are enjoying that Brock and Jessica currently have a nocturnal home improvement man next door that is causing a ruckus.
We're
He
starting
sounds
this
like
episode with
Sounds like he's banging down the walls of the house that
we're
they're
starting the
remodeling.
episode off with a bang or 50.
Literally, yeah. And then the weather radio went off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be an eventful night. I tell you what, any type of planning that we did for this episode, which is very little anyway, has gone out the window.
Yep.
Because my brain has now gone a couple of different directions. We have been, as soon as we started recording the Patreon episode, some guy next door, we're recording this, as most of you know, on Sunday night. The sun is setting, and Billy Bob the Builder is, I mean, I don't know if you can hear that. That's what we're dealing with right outside at nighttime on a Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you out there at this time of night doing construction on a Sunday?
Okay. Look, devil's advocate, Brock. What's the temperature outside right now?
Look, I don't care. This man can swelter in it for all I care doing this. So you're going to have some bonus noises for this episode of our podcast, and we apologize. It's out of our control. I walked outside during the Patreon episode, gave him the stink eye, and he's just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. It's currently 82 degrees, in case you were wondering, Kevin. Yeah.
So I'm sure it feels better.
Not a heat index of 100, so that's definitely better.
Yeah, I want to say the index didn't it get over 100 today.
The heat index got to 100 in Birmingham today.
Yeah. So I can understand and he doesn't know that we're in here recording a podcast, and it's okay. So if we kind of lose,
really okay?
Is it?
No.
Is it really?
No. And add on to the fact that we have been sweltering this weekend, and the heat's been in the 90s. We've been outside quite a bit, even today, and so we're trying not to be cranky. We're actually are in pretty good moods, but this guy has now not helped my love of the humanity.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's okay. I can admit it. This is annoying. So.
Okay, well, see, that makes me feel better because I thought you were getting mad because I was doing Peter Cetera karaoke a while ago.
No, I enjoy that.
Okay. I was just making sure because it seemed like you started getting a little after that.
I'm just also surprised because the fireworks stands are going up around town. So, people love to celebrate, the 4th of July on,
This next week is going to be Jess's dad's dog's favorite time of the year.
Oh, bless his heart.
Yeah.
Golly,
the next 3 weeks. Because didn't we do an episode one time where someone was doing fireworks like 2 weeks after?
Last year.
Yeah,
it was 2 weeks.
Yeah, people were outside.
Yeah.
Yep. I guess I'm super fortunate that I have one dog that's like, and the other dog that's like, what? Because she's deaf. What's going on? I don't know.
First of all, she's Australian. She doesn't celebrate. Second of all, she can't hear it. So there's no trauma in Addie's life.
Pretty lights. What?
Yeah.
I'm glad that people love to celebrate their freedom. I am. But, there's a day set aside for that. Yeah. We don't have to celebrate it, every week in July.
Every night.
Every night.
We celebrate until the fireworks stands close. Okay.
Yeah.
And they don't close until people stop coming up there. So, I mean, in my community, they like setting off tannerite bombs. Okay. Which I mean, they do that and it shakes my windows.
They set off tannerite, really?
Yes.
Some people shoot it.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I have someone around here. We apparently don't know who they are, but someone around here likes doing that on the regular, like generally once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Like setting them off on a regular basis.
Well, they need to meet our neighbor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
what are we talking about tonight, Brock?
Who knows at this point? We're continuing the Patreon rambling, apparently.
Apparently, man.
But so yeah, if you hear the banging and beating throughout this episode, I will try to edit that out as best I can. We're sorry. It is sweltering right now in Alabama. It is hot. It is humid. So I sympathize with this guy needing to work at night to help. Mm-hmm. You know, especially if he's doing outside work. That he's got to. The remodeling the house next to us is what the deal is. I just hate that we're this close to it, and he's basically at our back door.
Pretty close to it.
He's very close, really close. So one day, though, we're gonna move to the country and get us a lot of peaches. Yeah.
Move into the country.
I love peaches too.
We're gonna have a peach tree. I just for that reason. When we finally build our forever home on a few acres away from civilization, yeah.
So I hope you like wasps and hornets and all kinds of other things that want to sting you, because you'll get it.
I'd rather deal with those than people. Quite honestly.
Fair.
Grow you a lot of butt emojis.
Yeah.
You're gonna erect one of the big water towers so that you can compete with Clanton.
Yeah.
The
Exactly.
peach butt. The giant peach butt. And then you have to do the sign, go to church or the devil will get you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Things I'm fresh off of seeing from my trip. So
yeah. Going up 65.
Yeah.
Northbound coming through Chilton County, you're gonna see go to church or the devil will get you.
That's
a big billboard
iconic
sign. It is iconic.
It is one of Alabama's staples for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go around and try to talk about what we've been up to. And again, we might do it to the rhythm of a hammer outside, but we'll get through
it. The night.
Billy Squire.
Copyright strike.
Yeah. That's fine. We don't get paid for this anyway. And Hammer outside, and Jess has had a nagging cough for some odd reason. So
yeah, it just always hits at just the right time.
Yeah,
of course.
It's been great. So you guys are in for an eventful episode, apparently. We're not so. This may be one of our front porch banner episodes, just because I've been so distracted. Anyway.
Thank you for being here. Then.
Yeah, we appreciate you listening
to us.
Thank you for being a friend.
You guys hear us ramble all the time. It may be even worse tonight.
It's my karaoke night. Apparently, I'm singing all the songs. So
yeah, you're doing it all for the glory of Kev.
That's right.
Speaking of Kev, and in this heat, are you still working on your rock wall around your trees, or?
Oh, gosh, no, man. There's no way. Dude, let me tell you something. Let's go over the state of where I'm at with that, okay? Right. So anybody that isn't aware, I'm always, working on like I call them dad projects, even though I don't have children. I'm like just a overzealous homeowner that likes to do, home projects. And I finished my fence up, and my latest thing is I'm building a hardscaping island around one tree in my front yard, and I've got the rocks up and everything around it. It looks all nice, and I've got the landscaping fabric down, and I've got that's it. It's just the landscaping fabric. Pretty much I've run that, and I've run the wire almost all the way out there for all the electronics and stuff I'm going to put out there, and that's pretty much it. I haven't gotten much further than that because of the aforementioned heat. I just have not wanted. I got out there and started digging a trench, like a small trench to put the wire in to run it across, and I just got wore out about halfway through it. It was just like so freaking hot. So I haven't gotten back out there. I haven't done anything with it this weekend, and it's kind of interesting to see because if you drop by my house right now, all you see is this half-finished feature with landscaping fabric with a bunch of like pieces of 4x4s, black 4x4s holding it down to keep it from blowing away. That's pretty much what it looks like right now. It's it's an interesting setup, and it has one landscape light out there and one landscape projector light because it's sitting out there so I can test them to make sure they work okay. And I just haven't unhooked them. So it's very much like the equivalent of having a half broke down truck or car in your yard. You know, like that it's very much equivalent to that in the landscaping world. I'm not anywhere near. I still got work to do with it. I've still got plants to put in and stuff. So I'm probably about 65% done, which is basically where you are when you're in the middle of, fixing a car or something like that. It's just sitting on blocks in your front yard. That's basically the equivalent of that. That's where I'm at with that. So thanks for bringing that up, Brock.
Hey, I just want to know what you're up to, man.
No, it's all good. Other than that, I spoke about this in the Patreon episode, but I went to a Amy Grant concert this past Thursday night. It was, I'm gonna be honest, I never really thought I would go to an Amy Grant concert. This actually was for another event that was a lot more important to me and was a lot more near and dear to my heart and the heart of some other folks that were there. We had someone close that was receiving a Philanthropist of the Year award there, and the event that we were doing, she got her event or got her award, but then we were also treated with an Amy Grant performance. And like I said, I've never really thought I would see Amy Grant, but I mean, it was an interesting concert. It was even more interesting to watch my girlfriend because she works in a retail establishment where she hears Amy Grant's songs all the time because they play on the PA throughout the day. So she was like, "Oh, great! I get to leave work and come and listen to the same song performed live. This is phenomenal." And that was actually a lot more. Believe it or not, it was actually a lot more enjoyable at least for me personally than the actual concert itself. But
watching her personal torture.
Yeah, that was actually pretty fun. And just
that's what you do
watching her personal torture
in a healthy relationship.
Yeah. It wasn't even necessarily watching her personal torture. It was just like afterwards pulling up Snapchat where she had snapped me every song and she was like, "This is my own personal," and just So it was fun. She's Amy Grant is as of this year she's 62 years old.
Yeah.
So she's getting up there. And she's been around since like the 80s. She's been doing stuff, and she did all of her big hits as you would expect. Some of the ones that I didn't know because I'm not a huge Amy Grant fan, but some of the ones I'm the kind of guy that was sitting in my seat beforehand, having realized that, oh my goodness, I'm looking at the program, Amy Grant's here. Oh, I guess who is she? Okay. Was she the one who did this song? Yeah, I was like looking it up on Spotify so I could remember what songs of the pop songs of hers that I remember. And thankfully she played them all. So I didn't feel like I was left out, but she did do a good range of songs and it was fairly enjoyable.
Oh, good.
It was all right. It's all right. It was a decent evening.
Yeah.
But other than that, guys, it's more than anything, just I'll still align from Bo's usual presentation. It's work, man. It's all about work, That's what it's been. Working, trying not to go outside and die and turn into a puddle.
Yeah.
More than anything. So, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
How about you, Bo? You have not been doing anything.
I guess. I mean, outside of it's been a little busy time. We like I said, saw Flash that previous Thursday, and then I worked all weekend, and then Monday we got up and we went to the beach for the week. We just left Monday, came back Friday, and got back Friday night and been decompressing. But it was my of course went to Panama City, which I'm sure anyone in our southern listening area, you've been at least once to that beach in your lifetime. If you're
lovingly known as the Redneck Riviera.
Yes,
that's right.
But it has done its best to claim that. Like I said, as we were talking beforehand, we went a lot when I was a teenager. I remember we went in the late 90s, 98, 99. As I posted on Twitter, I was severely late for Spring Break 97, MTV's Spring Break 97 by, a few decades. And of course, yeah, like in the night, it was all right. And then it's had a couple of hurricanes, but I've been to Panama City in the late 90s. I didn't go in the 2000 to 2010 range. But at the time, I think it wasn't long after we got married. Me and my wife, we went down there for a visit down there about 10 years ago. And then this year marked, our first trip. So it's changed a lot. And over the last, technically 30 years, I could say almost 30 years that I've been going down there. Yeah. It is insane. Like it was more, like I said, even there in the late 90s, it was still very party atmosphere. And I think maybe that might be the reason why we didn't go in the early 2000s, because we went more to Gulf Shores, because in the early 2000s, it got a little rough there for a while. Like a tough, it became like a little too much party atmosphere.
Yeah, and that's an absolute shame, because I grew up about 50 minutes from Panama City Beach in South Alabama, and we had a beach house down there that we went to pretty much every weekend during the summer and the spring and the fall. We were down there all the time. Yeah. My dad made sure he wanted to get a lot of use out of it, since we were paying rent on the place. Yeah. It is hard to see Panama City these days compared to what it was. I mean, we had Miracle Strip Amusement Park down there. You had all kinds of, fun houses and attractions and stuff. You didn't have hotels blocking the view of the beach. You could drive along the beach, Front Beach Road, and you could look out over the Gulf and see the sand and see the water. You can't do that now. It's all crowded.
When I went down there last time, when I was younger, like in my teens, late 90s, the biggest hotel, the biggest one up there was like a massive Holiday Inn they built there towards the end near Shell World and Angelo's. I remember that was the big, I was like, man, that's a big hotel. I don't know why they would need something that big. And now we go and there's the condominiums that are 30 plus stories high, and
yeah.
Because like even like for our where we stayed at, there was a little venue there, or a little walkway for public beach access, but that was about much as you could see from the road. But like we went, and of course, really didn't get in the water the whole week because it was double red flag all week.
I heard about that
all week.
The current, the rip tides and the current and all that was real bad.
Which was fun was when we got down there, it was a little crowded. It wasn't miserable crowded, but they had a baseball/softball tournament going on. So there was a lot of families down there, which put me, and I saw families with multiple children, which put me into the spending mind, because everywhere we went for like dinner or do something, 3 people, $100 easy, anything you do. That's insane.
Yeah.
So like,
I haven't been to Panama City since probably 2015. So
it was like, it's all right. It's like they've done a good job there doing what they want to do. They want it to be a touristy family attraction, which they've got some shopping centers. They've got kind of the big fancy kind of out of the chain restaurant type things. Yeah. And it was, like I said, it was good. Just windy. Like I said, we got on the beach a little bit. Oliver and I did some crab hunting one night, which we didn't really catch much, but that's one of his things to do. But like I said, I had fun. It's just, like I said, it was one of our best trips to the beach, and it wasn't just the beach's fault. It was just, unfortunately, the situation with weather. Because, like I said, talking about like the double red flags. They had the guys in the quads and the big gator golf carts going up and down the road. Stay out of the water, stay out of the water. Of course, those some people, as soon as they got down the beach from them, what they do, get back out in the water about 15 yards, and I watched somebody get rescued. Like somebody was there. And they stayed there, and then like all of a sudden, next thing you know, they started getting sucked out, and then like 15 people from the beach went out there and saved them.
Wow!
All they have to do, instead of just like saying "stay out of the water," just like do the Jaws theme. Go up and down with the Jaws theme. Everybody's gonna remember that.
Well, it's I don't know if they fined everybody they did, but like it was like a court. I think I looked online. It was like a $500 fine if if they want to put it on you.
There was a sad story that came out of there, I believe, this week while y'all were down there. This a 14-year-old girl or whatever she was right in the edge, but it got caught in the rip current, and her dad went out there to I think they were from Birmingham area. That she got swept out there, and he jumped in and saved her, and he wound up unfortunately dying.
Oh no, I didn't know that. The only crazy
he was from our area.
Oh man, the only crazy story I heard was there was a guy they were going to find him, and he ran from the police, and they chased him down. That was the only crazy story I heard. It wasn't near us, but I know that was going on while we were down there.
It ain't that crazy unless it involves bath salts. Come on.
I don't know. Over in Gulf Shores a couple of weeks ago, they had a bear
It was
on the beach?
Destin.
Destin,
It
that's
was
right.
I was just about to say, yeah.
Yeah, they had a bear in the water.
Yeah.
And people, a lot of people were surprised. Why is a bear in the water? I mean, Mobile has a baseball team called the Mobile Bay Bears.
Yep.
There's a reason they're called the Bay Bears. There's bears down there.
That's the first time I'd ever seen a video of a bear coming out of the ocean.
Yeah.
There was a crocodile or alligator, not I don't forgive me, I don't know which one, but I did
Probably
see a
an
video
alligator.
a couple of weeks ago of was alligator coming out of the ocean too.
The Gulf.
Yeah.
We'll
A
go
gulf,
far.
yeah.
We'll go far for them picnic baskets, boo boo.
Yeah, hey.
It's crazy.
Hey, boo boo. We got to go to Mobile.
Mobile.
Yeah, that a lot of people are surprised to see sharks and stuff down there. It's like, well, you're getting into their home.
Sharks, yeah.
know,
I mean, that's not surprising to me, but a bear. I mean, that
I want to see a
Yes.
shark fight a bear.
Reminds me of an Avril Lavigne video that had a kind of a hybrid animal called a bear shark.
Nice.
She was with Danica McKellar, Winnie from the Wonder Years.
Yes.
So I mean, look, we got an owlbear.
Mhm.
For our audio listeners, I got my owlbear from Dungeons and
Manbear
Dragons. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. He was right here. She was right here, rather.
I
So-
hope they do another one of those movies because I want that character in the owlbear back.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, beyond that, we did all right. Nothing food wise, and we tried a couple different restaurants. Nothing really blew us away, which was weird. So was no docs, so
yeah.
But good. So
I didn't get to really hit no. I saw a couple comics and toy stores, but we didn't really have time to check them out. So, but they do have a few down there. So if you think about it when you're in the area,
okay.
All right.
Well, no, we'll be down in Gulf Shores in September.
Mm-hmm.
I have a work conference down there every year, and so that's our annual beach trip for the most part.
yeah,
Is in September when nobody's really around and the weather's usually pretty decent.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to take a break from at least week-long beach vacations. We'll probably just do a weekend. So
Mm-hmm.
I think we've come to the conclusion a week is too long for us at the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, we're close enough that doing a weekend is really not that hard.
Nah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anything else outside of the beach? Anything fun?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.